I want to be as heavy as possible to lift and move heavy weights. At the same time, I want to be as light as possible in order to be great at the traditional CrossFit or gymnastics movements we do in CrossFit. So it's a balance.
What's going on, everybody? It's Physical Friday, and so many of us are trying to cut weight, trying to lose a little weight, trying to stay in shape, trying to eat healthy. And for so many of us, we have to cut calories. We find ourselves overeating. We find ourselves eating the wrong things, but mostly overeating, eating too much, eating more than you need. But what's interesting is as you move to an elite level or you're training for a certain event and you're really putting in a lot of exercise and a lot of time in motion, some people find themselves undereating. And that can be as big a problem as overeating because you're simply not getting the nutrients and the calories that you need to support the activity level that you have. And we had CrossFit Games Masters champion Jason Grubb on the podcast, and we had a really fantastic conversation. He told us about so many different things, but I asked him what his daily diet looked like, and this is what he told us.
Yeah, every day. I have coffee, Black Rifle coffee, just because it's so good. I'm just going to say it again, and you have it. It's like there's a sign behind you right there. So Black Rifle coffee, because I like companies that are just good companies. So Black Rifle coffee, but I actually make a bulletproof coffee, which is coffee with a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of MCT oil, MCT powder. I'm sorry. I actually put my creatine, 2 scoops of creatine in there, and a dash of cinnamon. That's my bulletproof coffee. I actually have it right here. I'm currently working my way through it. It's delicious, but I will have a lot of coffee. Specifically, the coffee is half decaf because I really like coffee. So I'm going to drink the whole pot of coffee, but half decaf is all I need. I don't need a full pot of full coffee. Then it's about eight egg whites, 2 full eggs, scrambled, along with 2 cups of white rice. That's breakfast. If there's fruit, I'll have fruit. Like if it's in season, I'll have watermelon, raspberries, strawberries, apples, oranges, bananas, a little bit of fruit with that as well. Lots of carbohydrates. They typically have a training session mid-morning. After that, lunch is typically chicken and rice, like just shredded chicken, or this is where I have variants for lunch. If we have chicken, I'll have chicken. We'll just batch cook a bunch of chicken. So if I still have some left, I'll have chicken and rice, or I'll have yogurt, which is a Fage yogurt. It's my favorite, 0% or 0% fat yogurt, and a couple of bananas. That's typical. Most of the time, that's my lunch. And a little trick to Fage Greek yogurt. So one, I don't like the thickness of Greek yogurt, but I love the protein content. I need the protein from it. So I add a little bit of water to my Greek yogurt to make it more runny, kind of like a good old-fashioned Yoplait yogurt. And I add Orange Crush makes these little water additive packets. They're like sugar-free. There's probably some chemical garbage in those because they are sugar-free, but I don't care. But I'll add an Orange Crush packet to my yogurt to make that yogurt taste like an Orange Crush. And it's amazing because I'll eat a good, if it's 32 ounces of yogurt, I'll eat 16 ounces. I'll eat a half a tub of yogurt with that lunch. Then we move on to dinner, which is typically after my final training session, which is a pound of ground beef, 6 days a week. 1 day a week, it might be fish or chicken. Like last night I had fish, but I'll just make 4 hamburger patties, grill them up, eat those, 2 cups of rice, a little bit of cheese to help the rice stick together. And 4 to 5 nights a week, I will have a little dessert. I love ice cream. So in order to get enough calories every day, I normally have to have either another meal a little bit after dinner, or I'll have a small bowl of ice cream. A small bowl of ice cream will top off the calorie count for the day if I need it. Calorie count is 3,400 calories a day is what I look to get in. I'm 5'8.5". I weigh 203 pounds on average, and 3,400 calories a day is what I need to maintain my performance, to keep keep my weight where it needs to be. So I want to be as heavy as possible to lift and move heavy weights. At the same time, I want to be as light as possible in order to be great at the traditional CrossFit or gymnastics movements we do in CrossFit. So it's a balance. I don't want to be too heavy. I don't want to be too light. So around 200 pounds has been my sweet spot.
So in order to support his training, Jason is having to eat a ton, and he is hoping to be 4-time champion. He is 3-time Masters CrossFit Games champion. He's going to the games again, and you can watch him and cheer him on. The CrossFit Games are coming up in the next couple of months. So if you're like Jason and you've got a high activity level, maybe you're a fishing guide, you got a high activity level, you're pushing the boat all day long, there are places that you can go to get help with your nutrition. One of those is First Form. You can use the link in the description to get free shipping on anything on First Form. I encourage you to do that. I like their protein powder very much. I like their bars for a meal replacement, and I also take their vitamins, the Micro Factor, all the time, and I use their greens, and they are fantastic. So if you do not want to undereat, you want to make sure that you are supporting your activity level with your nutrition, check out First Form. All right, we'll see you next week.